roll progressions. Rolling will start with the seated position and just doing a back roll. So strong center, flexed spine, roll back to shoulders, and then back up to seated. Of course, there are many variants and things that we can throw in the mix here, but ultimately this is a back roll. Holding together from the center, we're trying not to hold with our legs, so just using center strength to hold that tuck and rolling back and forth. When you need a little break, you just plant your hands, lift and extend your spine, move your spine around, and that's back roll. The next progression is a side roll, and a side roll is starting from a half sit, and I'm going to roll down one side, not unlike a dynamic circle sit up or a get up, and I'm going to roll up to the other side. So all together, I'll switch, and notice what I do with my legs. I switch my figure four in the air. Switch my figure four in the air, I'll go straight on. So two things it does. One, it starts to prime us for the idea of getting on top of our feet instead of just on top of our butt. And it also gently introduces that idea of rolling down one side of our back instead of straight down the back like a forward roll or a somersault, which we're not going to focus on in terms of our progressions. So we'll come down one side and then come up the other. Absolutely fine to put a hand down and help guide yourself down as you're learning how to do this, rolling over to the other side. So I can use whatever tools I need in order to facilitate that movement of rolling back and forth. So next progression is going into reaches and taps. So this requires that we find our shoulder stand. And shoulder stand means standing on my shoulders, not the back of my head. So you should be able to turn your head, even if you have your Greek fisherman's hat on while you're doing this. You should be able to turn your head when you're in that shoulder stand position. What they call it in a lot of yoga schools, plow position. We just call it shoulder stand. It's standing on your shoulders. You can use your hands here too, any way you like. Hands can press into the ground, elbows can press into the ground, and hands can press into your back to create a prop. So whatever it takes for you to find that shoulder stand, from here we start reaching. So reaching up to one side, reaching. My other hands again can be used as counterbalances. As I'm reaching one leg out, I reach the opposite arm away. Help give me some counterbalance. I'll turn around and see if it works better from the back. So reaching, reaching. And reaches progress all the way to taps. Now I need to be able to move my head to touch my foot down. Move my head and look through the roll to touch my foot down. At this point, when I can start touching my foot, I'm probably just about ready to begin to roll over. So how we do this, I'll go from front. I'll roll back, I'll reach my foot, I'll touch a knee down, and now I've made it. Point your knees down, you're ready to pull over. So that's my first roll, going backwards. When I go forward doing this slow, these are progressing to slow rolls. Slow means no momentum. So I'll put my shoulder on the ground. Immediately I'll find that shoulder stand, and then I'll roll back. So that's going back forward. Going to the other side. Reach, tap, knee down, and then I'll finish. To go back through, I'm going to put that shoulder. Notice I get this arm out of the way. I do not tuck it here. This won't give me a lot of control. You'll probably end up falling over that way if you tuck through. So don't tuck through. Put your arm like a chicken wing, and then shoulder down. And now I have this for more base to help me up and over. So those are slow rolls. Slow roll means without momentum or minimum momentum.